Hey everybody, what is up? Movie review here, and unfortunately I won't be able to do full in-depth movie reviews for Creed and Creed 2. I just kind of ran out of time and I want to get these out before the movie's been out for, a week or something. So I'm just going to give my quick thoughts on both Creed 1 and Creed 2. The first Creed came out a couple years ago. No one really expected it to happen, and it happened, kind of like Rocky Balboa, and like Rocky Balboa picks up, years later, and this time around we have a new character, Adonis Creed, played by Michael B. Jordan, and he's the son of Apollo Creed, and he goes to Rocky, to train him, and you have your movie. So just a quick thoughts on that movie. I think it's fantastic. I think it's one of the best movies in the franchise. After watching all of these movies back to back now, I'd place it, Rocky 2, Rocky 3, Balboa area. Neither of these come close to Rocky 1. It's a masterpiece. It's never going to get topped. But for taking a formula that's been done now 6 times and reinvigorate it for a new audience and a new generation and do it as well as they did is crazy. There's some really cool cinematography in the movie, some great acting across the board. Stallone got robbed for that supporting actor Oscar, and overall it's a really great film and it's definitely worth checking out. So if you haven't seen Creed, go ahead and check that out. Now let's get to Creed 2. So Creed 2 just came out this last Friday, and what did I think about it? I thought it was great. I think it's just as good as the first one, which is, something that I just did not think was going to happen. I thought this movie was going to come out and it wasn't going to be nearly as good as the original, but I actually found myself enjoying it just as much as the first Creed. And I think a big part of that is there's a lot more drama and there's a lot more stakes this time around. The villain in the first movie was just really bland and, not very developed or anything and not interesting. This time around, we have Ivan Drago's son, Victor Drago, coming into the mix as the villain, and obviously there's a lot of emotional, tension. There's a lot of, impact there and drive there for Michael B. Jordan, for Adonis to want to box this guy because this is the son of the guy who killed his father. So there's a lot more drama in this, and it feels just like a lot more earned. It has more heft and more weight to it, and that's something I definitely like more. The acting, once again, great across the board. Even Dolph Lundgren does a fantastic job. I love Dolph Lundgren, but let's be honest, he's not an amazing actor. So I would say this is probably his best work. He nails it, and he really makes you feel for the Drago family, which is something that I was really hoping for. I was really hoping that they wouldn't just throw these characters in and make them the big bad guys again, like in Rocky 4, but they actually flesh out the villains this time around, and these are easily the best, most developed villains since the original Rocky. Once again, there's some interesting cinematography and camera techniques in this one. The first Creed had that amazing long shot, which everybody talks about because it is amazing. This movie has nothing quite like that, but it does have a really cool POV scene and some great use of slow motion. I think it's probably more impactful in this one. The close-up, the slow motion in this one are done like close-ups, and it really makes you feel that impact. And that's something that this movie does really well. The fights are like amazingly choreographed. The script is on point. The script this time around was written by Stallone and another writer. I'm going to put his name up if I can find it, because the script is definitely good this time around. And yeah, overall I thought it was really good and definitely on par with the first Creed, which I didn't think was going to happen. It's a lot like Rocky 2 to Rocky 1. It's as good of a sequel as you could possibly hope for. But in this case, I actually think it might be better. But we'll see, how time tells and all that, because, it just came out. It's usually why I don't review newer movies, because I like movies to sit for a bit so I can fully, dissect them and review them, but I figured I had to review these two and had to get these reviews out. So that's what I think so far of the Creed series. Should they do a third one? I don't think so. No spoilers here, but the way this ends, I think, is a perfect cap to the series of Rocky films. But of course, they're going to do another one because this is probably going to make a lot of money. So, do they need to? No. Are they going to? Probably. Should they? No. And that's pretty much going to do it for this movie review, guys. Both of these movies are great. Creed 2 just came out, so go and check that out in the theaters. And go and rent Creed or buy it or whatever. And check that out too. So that concludes our Rocky-thon. It's done. I've reviewed all 8 Rocky movies, and I'm all Rockied out. I don't think I can talk about this franchise anymore. I love it to death, but it's time to start talking about some other movies. So that's going to do it for this one, guys. I'll see you next time.